Happy Sunday. Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. It's a very nice, peaceful, and relaxing Sunday. I actually just finished eating me some cereal. So I am relaxing, sipping my South African wine, and I would like to talk to y'all for a little bit on this subject of down low brothers. And yes, I have my incense going, setting the mood. It's very calming. I recommended this to one of my clients, and she was like, "Oh, I forgot about burning incense. I forgot all about it." I was like, "Yeah, girl, you better get back on it, girl. It's so peaceful. It sets the mood." Yes. What's up, Stanley? Thank you. Thank you. I love my glow too. I just love it. Just stress-free, drama-free, dick-free. See what happens? See what happens when you go without the peen? Dick-free. Just be glowing. Just glowing. Now, where was I? Yeah, I want to talk to y'all about this topic because I feel like it applies to a lot of guys out there. Like, men just be... Okay, first of all, first. Before I get started on this topic, I have to make an announcement because my inbox has been getting flooded, y'all. I've been getting inundated with all of these messages from these white men, I guess, who have obviously come across my YouTube channel and seen some of my cuckold videos, and they think they got a shot at your girl. I'm like, no, I'm not interested in no submissive boy, especially no submissive little white boys. No. You're like, I can be your submissive boy. Now, these are grown men, by the way. I have to make that clear because I know some of y'all just be like, y'all be taking shit out of context. But, yeah, I'm just like, I am not interested. I don't see how you guys don't get that. I think I make that clear in every cuckold video that I make that I like and prefer. And I only date dominant men. Sometimes, though, you got some beta males that might slide through a little bit. They might be able to get one date out your girl, right? But honestly, I'm not interested in anything but a dominant alpha male. I'm just not. That's why your girl's single. Because listen, I'm willing to wait to get what I want. That's just a thing. And it doesn't turn me on. Like, it's just... Passive men, submissive men don't turn me on. I've dated one before. I told y'all about him. He was like, I dated him for like 5 years. Now, he was my best friend, right? But it's just, they don't do anything. When I say anything, they don't do anything for me. It does not turn me on. I just don't get up on it. It just does nothing for me. Zilch. So when I get these messages, I be almost wanting to puke. I just got one this morning before I went live, and I'm like, ew, like, no, I'm not interested. So bye, get away. Ugh. Like, why put yourself in that position? Like, why? They send me messages on Facebook because my website, my Facebook is linked to my website, and I have my website linked to my YouTube. So they come over to my Facebook page. They be sending me freaking email messages. I'm just like, y'all don't stop playing. But anyway, so I thought I'd talk to y'all just a little bit, because I'm about to go to the Bronx and get me some steak. I'm about to go all the way out to the Bronx because that's the best place to buy steak, at least to my knowledge anyway. I want to talk to y'all on like this topic of down low. Now, this is not a new term. Down low, the term down low has been around for decades. I think even back when, y'all remember the Oprah show? I think that's when it really got popularized, back when the Oprah show was running, when she had her daytime talk show. I think it used to come on like 4 o'clock, right before the news. That shit was just be hit. But she actually had a show dedicated to black down low men. All these men up on there. If I'm not mistaken, it was like a lot of black men just down low. It's just like, just getting different people's perspective on it. Now, I'm curious to hear what's your perspective. I am going to share my perspective on down low. I kind of touched on it previously in other videos, but I honestly, listen, I'm not opposed to the LGBTQIA whatever, okay? I'm not opposed to alternative lifestyles. I'm not opposed to homosexuality, because I get it, right? I understand that homosexuality can come about many different ways. Sometimes people look at it like as a choice. People choose to be gay. I think that's true. But I also believe in the biological explanation to say that people can have a biological predisposition to be inclined towards the same sex. I mean, it makes sense. Epigenetically, our genes change. People say, oh, that's not natural. But when you think about it, the expression of our genetic makeup has changed over the years. It changed based on our environment. So it makes absolute sense. So I'm not here to bash people who are gay. That's not my thing. I'm not homophobic. It's just not. But I do have my opinion on men who present themselves, who pose as heterosexual men, but they really like men. So they pose as heterosexual men, meaning they claim and present themselves as, oh, they're attracted to women, but they really like men. It's just like, why put yourself in a cage? I get it, though. I get it, because society says you can't do it. You shouldn't be gay. You shouldn't like men. I mean, it's been demonized, right? And by many different sectors of our society. Religion, number one. Religion is the biggest thing, right? That attacks homosexual people, especially men. I think men get it worse. Women, not so much. Like, women are allowed to be bisexual. If I came out here and made a video saying I was bisexual, my freaking thing will probably go up. Like, my count will go up. Everything. Like, y'all will be supporting that shit, right? But let a man come out, especially black men, come out and say he gay, y'all gonna cancel his ass. So it is a double standard when it comes to that. I understand that. And then religion attacks, like, religion does not accept that, right? Traditionally, it makes sense. Why men feel the stigma. They feel the stigma and they feel shame when it comes to expressing their sexuality publicly. So they stay in a closet and they remain on the down low. Down low is just another term for, like, being in the closet. You haven't really come out yet. You haven't really confessed. You haven't really owned your identity. You're still hiding yourself. You're still hiding your identity, because your sexuality is a great part of who you are as a person, right? And aside from religion, of course, the media is another player in making people feel bad about their sexuality when it doesn't conform to the traditional norms of how most people are. The media, politics, like, it's a whole list, right? And it's unfortunate, I guess. I don't know what it's like to be, I can't say I know what it's like to be a gay black man, because I am not a gay black man, right? I am a heterosexual black female. But I can imagine, yeah, it sucks. It sucks. And so they remain on a down low. But I just feel like at some point in your life, in your development, in your maturity, you have to reach a point. Like, yes, you have to, because this is for you. It's not for nobody else. You're not doing it for nobody else. You're doing it for yourself. To accept who you are. Walk in it. It's better to do that, yo, because it's one thing, yo, to mislead people, to mislead women especially. Now, good thing for myself and other women, we got that good gaydar. I feel like I got really good gaydar, so I know I pick up on a lot of cues. Of course, I study human behavior, so I pick up on subtle cues. I know, and I challenge guys. Like, I've been on dates. And I'll come to you guys and I talk to you guys about this one this one scenario, right? Where I met this guy on the train. Actually, I was coming home. I think from my internship site in Lower Manhattan, and I met this guy on the train. Now, like externally, he appeared to be like, strong alpha. He was wearing like the Black Panther regalia. I'm just like, okay. We went on a few dates. I told y'all about him. I really don't want to go into too much detail about that. Y'all got to go watch my video on fake ass Black Panther to get those details. But yeah, come to find out, he's on a down low. And it's just like, keep it real. I get it. And I brought it out of him in a conversation that we were having, right? We were at a restaurant. You can just tell, yo. Like, I feel like men on a down low, y'all do not do a good job at hiding it. You can tell in a man's philosophical thinking, the way he thinks, his sexuality. I know I can tell just by having a conversation. I don't even never have to see him. Just I could be on the phone talking to a guy and I can just tell by his perspective. I can read comments. I can read your comments and dissect your comments and can tell if a man is on a down low. You can just, y'all have certain views, right, that are just consistent with men who think, act, and behave a certain way. And I knew that this guy was on a down low. Now, he was cute. Don't get me wrong. He was physically attractive. I'm just like... Stanley, you be writing a lot, yo. Whoa. What did you say? Whoa. You say, I played with couples in the past where the guy gave me access with their wife. He paid for our vacation in Vegas for 5 days. Then his wife showed videos and pictures to her husband at home. And he would jerk off. What? You're talking about Coco. This video is not about Coco, but okay. Then when we returned back to Long Island, he gave his wife a big wet kiss and thanked me and then paid for my cab home back. I hear you. Where y'all met at? So Stanley says it be the ones that portray aggressively dominant traits that are on the down low. Now you saying something now. You saying something now. This guy, yes, he did kind of, like, he was overdoing it, right? It's like overcompensating. You don't have to do all that. If you're dominant, you're alpha. It's going to speak for itself. You don't have to go up and beyond to prove your dominance, right? And I got that from him. Like, when we was at the museum, you're just doing too much. Especially around white people, yo. It's just doing too much. Just chill. Just be. You don't have to... He was doing too much. So, I picked up on it. We was at this restaurant. This, a West African restaurant in Harlem. Good food, by the way. I don't remember the name. But... his bubble got bursted, yo, because it was a group of gay guys. And this is another way you can tell. It's a group of gay guys who walked in. And this is when restaurants were still doing like fully outdoor seating. They had no indoor seating. And so it was like on a patio, and it was like a covered patio. These group of gay guys, it had to be about good 5 of them. And it was attractive. Like, don't get me wrong. Gay people be fine. Sometimes they be the finest people, y'all. Because they be dressed. They very well groomed. All of that, right? So those group of gay guys, they walked in, right? They walked past us. And I'm looking at his reaction. Like, I'm noticing. Because I notice everything. I pick up on all kind of cues, y'all. And I'm looking at how he looking at these gay guys walk in. They sit down. Now, the gay guy actually, I think, he said something. He said something. I think he complimented one of us or something like that, right? No. It was the other way around. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to jog my memory because this was like back in like January of this year. And we're now approaching July. So... a lot has transpired since then, so I'm trying to remember. But from what I remember, the guy I was on a date with, right, the Black Panther, he actually said something, I think, to one of the guys in the group. I think he commented on his outfit or something. He was like, nice outfit. I'm just like, So from that encounter, right, from that little interaction, come to find out, like, one of the guys, like, he was a fashion designer. He was into fashion, and he wanted to get the dude I was on a date with phone number. I'm just like, listen, this is nothing new to me. It's like nothing new under the sun, but when I say I've lived life, I have lived life. I haven't seen it, almost done it all, yo. So nothing really surprises me. I'm like, I get it. So the guy, the guy from the group of gay guys, he didn't want to be disrespectful, I guess, because he knew we were on a date, clearly, right? So the way he did it, he just like was talking to me, was like, oh, you know, I'm gonna get, you know, his information from you, whatever. He was like, yeah, follow me. And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna follow you, and then you'll trade information. Because basically he made it seem like it was like a business, you know what I'm saying? It was like a business thing, right? Because the guy was in the fashion field. He was like, oh yeah, you know, if you want, you can come. I'm over here. He told the guy where he be at, da 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 da. And I was just like, yo, in fact, this is where he's talking about he be at, right? Most shoot. The guy I was on a date with, right? I was like, you can come over there and meet me over there, da da da. I was just like, yo, I already see what's happening, yo. Like, but it's funny because I like to entertain interesting stuff like this. So, from after that encounter, the guy I was on a date with, he brought up the conversation, the topic of homosexuality and what my views are on it, right? I think he asked me, like, have I ever, like, been with a woman? Will I ever be with a woman? I'm just like, okay. And of course, I had to flip it back at him. I was like, have you ever been with a man? And the way he responded, like, yo, he was hesitant with this shit. And I'm just like, yo, if you have, you have. You don't have to front. If you have, you have, yo. Of course, he knows that's going to change my perspective, though. Not of him necessarily as a person, but of my attraction to him. You get what I'm saying? Because I like a certain kind of man. I just don't like men who are down low, who are bisexual. I like heterosexual alpha men, right? And so that he was not. I learned he was not that. But in so many words, he came out and he was like, he said that men have approached him, right? He's like, yeah, men have approached me, and he said, I would, but I would be worried about what my girl would think. Nigga, you is. You know you would. You is, yo. So fast forward, so that happened. The whole thing about who gonna pay for the meal, and he's like, oh, I'm on a budget. I'm like, listen, I can pay for my own, right? So situations like that and conversations like that, it's just, those are dead giveaways that a guy is either MGTOW, down low, gay. Like, you can tell because just alpha men who really like women. Because, yeah, I know you're talking about the toxic masculinity where you do have some alpha men that just be so overly aggressive. They really don't like women. So there's a group of men like that, too. That you can tell they really don't like women, yo. They don't. They just want to control women. They're obsessed with controlling women, dominating women, but they really don't. They don't like women. You can tell. It's just certain things. And so he, yeah, the whole thing about who's going to pay for the meal and stuff like that. Like, when you get into conversations, when I get into conversations with men like that, like, I just know, like, yeah, you're definitely not my type, right? Because it's not about finances, right? It's not about paying for, like, yo, I take myself on, like, on my own personal day, so I pay for my own meal. So it's really not about the money. It's just about seeing if a guy has respect for a woman, right? If a guy still has the basic morals of dating. That's what it's really about. And you can tell, yo, it's just like, nah, he ain't got it. He ain't it. we having this conversation, right? He had the nerve to think that I was going to come to his place. He was like, oh, well, you know, you still coming over? I'm like, nah, I changed my mind. I'm turned off. I'm not coming over. I didn't go to his place. And so he had made plans to go hang out with his gay female friend. I'm like, another sign, right? Another sign. That's what you do. You hang out with your gay female friends. Like, I get it, yo. It's all blurting out, okay, that he is a part of the LGBTQ community. It's like, come on, you do not have to front. But going back to the whole exchange, right, between him and the group of gay guys, like, I get it. That's some down low. That's a down low move, right? They do it very so smooth, so suave, right? Like right in front of your face. It's like, I see it, yo. So it reminded me, because like I said, this is not anything new to me, right? I'm from Florida, Jacksonville, Florida. I went to school at Florida State University, right? Class of 2006, go knows. And so I remember when I was up there in Tallahassee, right? My house was like the hangout spot. Everybody would come and hang out. I had a townhouse, right? It's just, I always kind of had a house like that where it's just the spot, the crib. And so a lot of people knew me. My graduation party was fucking lit, yo. That everybody came through. Even fucking Tallahassee PD came through. Everybody was through that shit, yo. So I knew a lot of people. I was, somewhat popular. And when I say all kind of people, students, of course, I was a student, so I had student friends. I had freaking drug dealer friends because, the college life, college students do drugs, marijuana, shit like that, pop pills. I didn't pop pills, by the way, but, people did what they did, right? So, fucking drug dealers, motherfucking college students, gay motherfuckers, yo. Yes, I had gay friends back in college. And so we hang around, my gay friends come over, we hang out. And I remember, these gay dudes just gave me the inside. Not that I didn't already know. Because I graduated from Rebo, right? John Rebo. And Rebo is a school in Jacksonville, Northeast, that is considered to be like the gay school, so to speak, right? So it's like I already had exposure to this stuff, right? But it's just interesting to hear out of the closet gay black man give me the ropes, just put it out there. He just told all the secrets. So we were chilling and he put me up on game, he was just like telling me how he does it, how he grooms these, they proclaim to be heterosexual, right? But really they're down low. How he groomed these down low black men. And he says, basically, it's a stepwise process, right? How he does it. And I think I've talked about this before. He was like, yeah, I come across a lot of heterosexual men who say, nah, I would never. I'm not that way. I ain't down like that. I ain't with that shit, right? But fast forward, they fucking bent over with his ass, right? Or on their knees with his ass. I'm just like, really? How does this happen? So he was like, yeah, he may meet them at the mall, from different places. This was in Tallahassee, but, Atlanta, Georgia is not that far from Tallahassee. Like, yeah, meet them, Tallahassee, go to the mall. And they be with their homies and stuff, dressed all suave, trying to act all hard, da. Don't come off as gay, right? Because the thing about the LGBT community is so diverse, right? And they got their little ways on how they move and stuff like that. So he was like, yeah, he could pass as and this is me also saying this guy could pass as a gay man. He can pass as what do you call it? Like a feminine, right? A feminine gay man. He can pass as like a masculine, top or bottom, and you never really could tell which one he is. He can pass as straight. He can pass as gay. He can pass as fucking whatever, right? because that's how he switched mode, basically, right? And so he was telling me how he does this, and you know, he does it to fit in with the heterosexual black men, and he makes friends with them, right? And he does nice things for them. Like after, you know, you make friends, you exchange contact information. These were people that you don't know, right? You exchange contact information with and you're just nice. It's like you're just being nice to them, invite them over, you offer to pay for things, food, hint hint, you know, find out what they like. They like video games, you know, buy them things, give them things for their birthday. Just be like very catering, nice, not overly, right? To because motherfucker like, damn, why you doing all this, right? But just like on some homie shit, like yeah, you my homeboy, like yeah, right? Just to kind of build that rapport with them. And he's like, over time, it just softens them up. And then before you know it, just trying out little things. Maybe a massage, you know, rubbing them, you know, like touching them, you know what I'm saying? Touching them on the shoulder and rubbing them and see how that respond. They respond. And most likely they're not going to, nah, get off me like that. And then before you know it, he says it's just one thing leads to another. And their clothes are off. And they having sex. So full blown. So I was just like it's interesting just to hear the progression of how he grooms these supposedly heterosexual men to participate in these activities with him. Now this is a question for the audience, because I know we all have different ways of looking at the situation, right? And you have a lot of people that say, okay, a man can be heterosexual and still have sex with another man. Let me know what you guys think. Now, I did make a video on the idea of a heterosexual man being with a woman and allowing his woman to put on a strap on and fuck his ass in the ass. And I asked the question, like, is that gay? Because this was a question that was posed to me. So somebody want me to make a video on this, and I'm just like, interesting. I posed it to you guys, and from the comments, you guys can go and check out that video, but from the comments, a lot of y'all are like, nah, bruh, that's some gay shit. It was like, if a man likes to receive penetration in his ass, like, that's a telltale sign right there. That's a telltale sign. But I just think it's interesting because you do have people that would say, no, a man can be heterosexual and he can still have sex, you know, sexual activities with a man, and that doesn't make him gay. What do y'all think? My professor actually said this to me, and my professor actually was a white gay male, by the way. I just think it's interesting because there's so many different ways of looking at a topic, you know, looking at a lifestyle, looking at behaviors, and y'all let me know what y'all think, though. You say most women not able to detect. You write a lot, Stanley. Stanley, are you single? I get where you're coming from. The denial is real. Yes. You do everything with me. Oh, will you? Nah. Listen. Those days are over for me. I'm in a phase of my life where I done tried mostly everything. I'm ready to try settling down in marriage and in a family. That's what I'm really ready to try. Long Island is where y'all met. Just randomly out on Long Island or what? Yeah, true dominant man actions speak louder than his words. Men who pretend are the worst. Yeah, he did say that. The guy that I was on a date with was like, oh, he would try homosexual activities with a guy, but what would keep him from doing that is wondering what his girl would think. I'm just like, okay, that right there was like a confirmation. Like, yeah, because I already had some suspicion. I can tell, yo, I pick up on energy very easy. I can just tell. I've been around a lot of people in my life. And so you can just tell, you know. Just like, yeah. Like they say, the woman know if she want to be with a man just within the first 30 seconds. Like, you can tell. Just like, nah. He not true to himself. And I couldn't be his friend. Because I was thinking, like, okay, maybe he'll make a good friend. Even though, you know, I'm not really feeling him like that on a girlfriend-boyfriend shit. I'm like, nah, he'll even make a good friend because he can't even keep it real. I can't trust you. If you can't even be honest about your sexuality, your preference, like, yo, you ain't got, like, listen, you ain't got to tell me all your little secrets and shit like that, right? But, like, if you can't even be honest about your identity, as a man, you too old for this shit, yo. We in our 30s. What the fuck? Live your fucking life. This is New York City, too, my nigga. Like, come on. New York City has a big freaking LGBT community. Come on. They will come for your ass if you fuck with them. The hell you scared to be yourself for? Yeah. They did we become intimate? And that motherfucker got a little dick, yo. Little dick guys. That's another thing. I can't, yo. I like big dick energy. I like dudes who bring the fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. After finding out. Yeah, we couldn't be friends. Like, I had to cut him off because it's just like, he was hiding. But keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. I can tell, yo. I can tell when the man, believe it or not, most men, they be walking around here like, oh, nah. I would never have sex with another man. Yo. Given the right situation, the right scenario, they will. Well, I think majority of men will. They will, yo. They will. This is like the dark side of Hollywood, California, because you will be surprised the number of celebrities who present themselves in a certain way publicly in the media. But behind closed doors, they ass is doing something else. You get what I'm saying? And that can create like the mystique of the lifestyle to make it even more exciting. That you keep certain things private, away from people, and you're able to kind of live this double lifestyle. Sometimes it makes it more exciting. It's just like, oh, you know, I'm doing something that people don't know that I'm doing, which makes it, you get more pleasure out of it. It's like sneaking around as a teenager and having sex in your parents' bed or some shit. Like, knowing damn well your ass ain't supposed to do this shit. Knowing damn well. They don't even know. They don't even know you doing it. But that sex be the fucking best sex. I'm telling you, yo. But yeah, it's like, listen, I live life. I've come across a lot of variety of people. Been around all kinds of people, yo. So it's just like, what gets me, like, you don't have to front. I think guys think like, oh, it's going to ruin things. No, what's going to ruin things is you hiding, and I know the truth. Like, I can see right through you. Everything about your body language is saying everything, saying the truth, right? Out of your mouth, you're saying one thing, but I read all of that. Your facial expressions, your body language, your tone, your silence, your pauses, everything, yo. I'm noticing everything about you from head to toe, and it's telling me, it's communicating so much. So just say it out your mouth. I can have more respect for a guy like that. Like, even back when I was in college and listening to the conversation, like, yeah, I was having with, you know, that guy, right, who was telling me how he groomed those heterosexual men. Like, I couldn't find in my heart to have hatred towards a guy like that. If anything, I was more curious and I had more respect because he's 100 with it. Now, the heterosexual man probably didn't know that was his intention, that he had a whole agenda. But sometimes it takes somebody to slowly bring you out of your comfort zone, so to speak, to slowly bring you in a place of you living your truth, right? Like sometimes you need to be ushered into your truth, and that's all what this gay guy was doing, was ushering these down low men to live their truth. And I bet you after they got a taste of that, they probably didn't look back. I mean, like they say, once once a black man, or a man in general, once a man goes that way, you can't go back because you've already been touched. So live your truth. It feels more comfortable just being you, yo. Just live your truth. I'm a Scorpio. We are natural mind readers and futuristic. I'm a Gemini moon and rising Virgo. Yeah, I'm not really into the whole, they call that shit zodiac shit. But I'm very in tune with who I am and with the universe. So I guess there's like some parallel to the whole philosophy of being spiritual and being in tune with the universe, and people want to study astrology. But I feel like a lot of the astrology that black people be talking about is like westernized astrology. Even the dates, that don't line up with African astrology. It's westernized astrology. And you go to the websites and read those descriptions, like, you got to ask yourself, who wrote that? You know what I'm saying? That's somebody else's mind, right? And people come to believe, okay, well, this is just how Libras are. This is how Cancers are. This is how, it's like, no. I feel like our individual life experiences can tell more about who we are than what day, time, and location you were born. Yeah, that's just my own belief. I don't think it's not accurate. It's not accurate because, like I said, it's much more that shapes a person's behavior. And psychologists really don't buy into astrology because we know that human behavior can be explained more accurately by one's upbringing, how you were raised as a child, especially within the first 5 years of life, and also just different life experiences that have impacted you, traumas, whatever, attachment styles, relationships. That has more of a bearing on how you are, how you respond to situations than the day and time that you were born. But I've heard people argue me. Trust me, I've come across a lot of people who are astrology enthusiasts, especially in LA. Just like, I was hanging out with my homeboy. He's into the fashion industry. He knows a lot of celebrities. And his roommate, is the cousin of a big time celebrity. And she was like all up in this little girl, she's like, I'm in my 30s, right? She's like in her 20s, and she's just like, swearing up and down. She was out of my face. Like, she got mad because she asked for my birthday, right? My little details of my birthday so she can do my chart. I gave it to her, but I'm just like, I told her, I don't buy into it. I don't believe it. And so she did my chart. It was funny, yo. When it was in the car, she did my chart, and she reading the shit to me. I'm like, girl, I was denying all that shit. I was like, okay, that might be true, but nah. A lot of those statements, the thing I have against astrology or like those readings that y'all be reading off of other people's websites, it's just so general. It can apply to anyone. It's like a catch-all description that anybody fucking could fit that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, the whole idea, oh yeah, you're a Libra and you just seek balance. Like, isn't that human nature? We all seek balance. It's just a whole bunch of baloney, yo. It's like, you can't read me. You don't know. That shit does not apply to me. It's like, oh yeah, you like this way, things this way. It's just like, who fucking doesn't like things that way or order or whatever fuck, It's just bogus. I don't like to entertain conversations that have to do with that. I don't even know why I'm entertaining it now. It has nothing to do with the topic. But anyway, So I just think that's interesting. You guys feel free to leave your comments below. Let me know what you think about this whole fruity tooty, tooty fruity, down low booty brothers, you know. It did rain a little bit yesterday, so I didn't really go anywhere. But I am about to bounce. I'm gonna go to the Bronx, get me some steak. Yes, but yes. Looking forward to the summertime because it's gonna be a lot of different activities happening across New York City. Yo, these dudes be messaging me on this freaking dating app. Like, don't be talking about shit. On that note, I will catch you guys later. Thank you guys for tuning in. Share this video. Let me know what you guys think. Keep it 100. I know y'all know a lot of down low brothers out there. So share this video. Tag those down low brothers in this video. Peace out.